the dog's name?
Soka.
And how old is Soka, man?
Soka's a year old now. He's 13 months actually. He's gonna grow up a little bit more, put on another maybe 40 pounds.
A year. This is crazy.
I lost my other dog, and he's taking his place a little bit.
Man, Soka.
Yep, this is him.
Hi, I'm Troy Johnson from the African American Literature Book Club, AALBC.com, and I'm also representing Harlem World Magazine. We're here in Harlem in front of David Rivera's brownstone, and David is an incredible author. I read his last book, The Last Prejudice, and it was a fantastic read, so I'm really excited to introduce David to the rest of the world out there. David, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you've written 4 books already for Zane, Stray Boy Publishing House.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about some of the books and what you're doing.
Well, Zane found me online 4 or 5 years ago. I self-published a book called Harlem's Dragon, and she wrote an incredible review of the book, and I emailed her back saying thank you. I didn't know that you knew that I existed, and she contacted me back and said that she wanted to sign me to a deal, and that's how it all started.
Right, but actually you put in a lot of work before she saw that book. The book was very well put together, had an incredible cover, which you designed and shot yourself.
Right.
The story was as Zane pointed out, was a really good read. So, you know, you've been writing for, how long did it take you to actually write that book and put it all together?
Well, I started writing that book 3 years before it was published. I thought that I could write a book. Someone actually told me that I couldn't do it. So anytime someone tells me that I can't do something, it makes me feel like doing it. I started the book and I put it down for 3 months, and then I picked it up again, and that's how I started. Putting it down, picking it up. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and it actually took me 3 whole years to put it all together.
We're going to go inside David's lovely brownstone and continue the conversation. David, you know, I read your last book, the latest book, The Last Prejudice, and one of the things that struck me about it was that, you know, it was an erotic novel, but it was really a great character study. I enjoyed learning about the way big women think, in a sense. In fact, it was, you know, pretty remarkable that you were able to write from their perspective. You know, how did you bring that together? What?
I'm not sure if I so much as wrote from their perspective, Troy, as a man's perspective on how they see the bigger woman. Maybe more like how we'd like to see them. You know, I think that's more what I was reaching for, because who knows but them how they feel or about any given situation. I mean, I can put them in my place, and I'm sure that they would want me to, you know, put myself in theirs.
Interesting. All right. So, what kind of feedback are you getting from women of all sizes?
No, women of all sizes love the book, because I think that everyone with the body issues, and all women, well, I won't say all women, but a lot of women have body issues, be they skinny or fat or short or tall, or they have one leg with a kickstand. It doesn't really matter. Every woman has issues with her body.
Sure.
And I think this one perspective of it, you know, a lot of women can identify with it. And the feedback has been incredible. People are saying that, you know, that I must have talked to a lot of big women in order to get my ideas. And the truth is that I just talked to a lot of women, period, about what they thought. And that's what gave me the ideas for the book.
Because you bring people into a lot of different situations. You introduced me, for example, to the world of, what do you call it, dominatrixes?
Right.
And
S&M.
S&M. Now, is that personal experience? Is that imagination, combination?
It's actually a combination of a few experiences that I've had, and that some other people that are into that kind of lifestyle told me about. and I just came up with the story after listening to them a few times and incorporating my experiences into it. I said, you know, it's time to tell that side of the story that I told.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the progression of your titles from Harlem's Dragon through the Street Sweeper plan.
Sure. This is Harlem's Dragon right here. This was actually, the cover on this one is the same one as the original one when I first self-published the book. The only difference is it now says Zane Presents. Zane, like you said, she was the one that found me, and she bought the cover with the rest of the book, and she re-released it, and it became a little more popular. And then I decided, at the time that I wrote the book, I didn't know that I was going to write a second or even a third, but people liked it so much that I decided to write the second book called The Street Sweeper, and it actually became a trilogy. But in this cover, what happened, I think I was telling you before, Troy, I was doing a book signing for Harlem's Dragon, and I saw the gentleman on this particular cover. His name is Ryan Gentles, and at the time he was just a model, and he had his own calendar out. And when I saw the calendar, I said, that looks like the guy that I'm writing about in my next book. So I had someone contact his agent or his manager, and he agreed to do the cover. And this is before he became famous, because now he's one of the famous actors on all of Tyler Perry's movies and all of his plays. He's the one that made this particular book. I think he made this book more famous than it would have been otherwise. And then the final book that I wrote, that was Playing in the Dark. I just wanted to finish the trilogy off the way that I started it. I wanted to talk about what men feel and how women don't understand them as much as we don't understand them. And this one actually became a sci-fi book, because now I don't know if I told you this, Troy, but I'm writing a speculative fiction.
You did tell me, actually.
I'm writing speculative fiction now, and it's stemming from this particular book because it has a sci-fi kind of angle to it. And I decided that this would, although it's the end of one series, it's going to be the beginning of another one. So I'm going to continue this story in a speculative genre. And then finally, this is the book that I think everyone's going to be talking about this year, The Last Prejudice. It's basically about 3 women who have body issues. 2 of them do not like the way that they look, and one of them loves the way that they look. But at the end, like we all have to do at some point, everyone comes to terms with what they really are, and realizing that you got to find happiness where you can.
Sure. You know, you're contributing in the Harlem Renaissance, man.
Oh, thank you.
I'm glad to be part of your world for a minute.
Thanks a lot, Troy. Thank you.